I have a big secret. What I'm about to say might hurt and shock people because it has hurt and shocked most people that I love. I am not a real redhead. Hi everyone, I've been meaning to make this video for years now. I'm finally doing it. This is how I got my hair from brown to red at home. So my natural hair color is actually like a mousy brown. I did get like some natural highlights in the summer, and it's honestly not too far off from what I dye it, because when I let my roots grow in, most people don't notice, like I notice. But I think the key is to not stray too far from your natural color. So that really helps me with my time between dyes. This is the longest I've let it grow out. So I dyed my hair yesterday, and before that it had been since January. So 6 months of not dyeing my hair, and I could tell. I don't know if other people could tell, but I could tell. I had a good like 2 inches of roots, and because my hair is brown, when my roots grow in, it looks just greasy. Like I don't look like, oh, brown and then red. It just looks like I have greasy roots. So that's my usual telltale sign of like, okay, it's time to dye your hair. I usually keep it to around once every 2 months, which a lot of the time usually coincides with like me going to a wedding, me going on vacation, me having a photo shoot. So it's like always a good opportune time to like freshen up my hair. So I've been dyeing my hair since 2012, and I usually keep it within like this kind of color. I have done a few like oops kind of reds that look more purple and clownish. So I've made those mistakes, but I usually try and aim for these 2 colors. So these are both L'Oreal Paris. This one is light reddish blonde, and then this one is reddish blonde. So either one of these works. It's honestly whatever I see in the store first. So like I said, I had a very mousy, dull brown. Not saying if you have brown hair like that's dull and mousy, like mine was. So, and it just didn't suit me, and it really washed me out. So instead of like just straight up dyeing my hair red, which I did once and it came out like purpley, I don't know what possessed me to buy a blonde, but the way it mixed with my brown hair is how I got like this red hair, and that's how I've been doing it ever since. I think a good part of how I've been doing my hair is that everyone thinks it's real. I'll go on photo shoots, I'll talk to professional hairdressers, they're like, wow, is that real? It looks so natural. And I'm like, $8 at home, you know? Honestly, it's whatever I see in the store first. If they're both there, I'll probably go to the side of light reddish blonde just to like really lighten it up, and I think that's what reacts with the brown hair, just to make it look a little bit more red. But honestly, both of these have very similar results that I'm always happy with. And like I said, they're both under $10, and I do my hair usually once every 2 months, so I'm really not spending that much in the grand scheme of things. Like if you think about going into a salon, just getting red hair once is super expensive, and red notoriously washes out faster. So I would be pretty pissed if I spent a lot of money getting red hair and like a month later it was completely different. Like I'd be pretty mad. So to spend $8, and this usually hangs on for a while, pretty good in my book. So I do these at home, usually takes like a half an hour. I do let it sit on my head for a little longer than it says you should, but it hasn't eaten my brain yet. And I think for the most part, you can really see a difference with my roots. I'm gonna do a little side by side. So like I said, I let 6 months go by this past time, so you can really see how dark my roots are, and they look greasy, but it's just like that shade of brown. Whereas now you can really see in the roots, like it is very much like a strawberry blonde. So that's how I like it. And there's nothing better than your roots after a fresh dye. Like it looks so natural. And it's funny, the people I've met since having red hair, like when I tell them, oh no, my hair is actually brown, they look shocked, stunned, disgusted by me. Like they're like, no, God messed up. You're supposed to be a redhead. And honestly, I look at pictures of me with brown hair, I'm like, that's not Shannon. I can't imagine not having red hair. It's just on brand at this point. So I feel like brunette Shannon like doesn't count. Like it's pretty much canon in my family too. Like everyone's like, oh, Shannon's always had red hair. I'm like, it's really only been the past like 8 years, but okay. Like my family has rewritten history for me to have always been a redhead. And it just like suits me. It suits my personality. It suits my complexion. So I don't really see myself straying from this for a while. I would love to try overtone at some point in my life, but the overtone like ginger, just to see if that'll like amplify. Part of me thinks I'll come out looking like a clown, but another part of me hopes that it'll look really awesome. So I would like to try that at some point. we'll see. I do like the natural look this gives me. So yeah, that was it. I always get so many questions about my hair color, so I'm here to tell you, it's fake. It's a box dye, it's cheap, it's just like me. So honestly, it's truly just how the blonde dye reacts with my brown hair. I get a nice little in-between red, like a strawberry, and it just suits me so well. So I'm sorry if I offended you for not being a real ginger. I'm just gonna pretend I am for the rest of my life. My dad had red hair growing up, so I do have some kind of recessive gene. But yeah, that's how I do it at home for less than $10, and not to toot my own horn or anything, but I always get compliments on my hair color. So figured I'd share my little secret, I guess, with you. And I hope you're not mad at me for having brown hair. So I hope that helped. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.